We had some very good results today, as you probably heard, in Iran. Very strong results militarily. Results. We're talking to countries about policing the straits, because they are the ones, we don't get oil, very little, 1%, 2%. And China, as an example, gets about 90% of its oil from the Hormuz Strait. And nice to have other countries police that with us. And we'll help. We'll work militarily. As far as I'm concerned, we've essentially defeated Iran. I guess they can have a little bit of fight back, but not much. Not much. We've taken out their air force, as you know. We've taken out their navy. We've taken out their air defense. There's no air defense whatsoever. We've taken out their leadership times 2 or 3. Might be 3. Find out soon. But militarily, it's been amazing. We attacked Targ Island, and we left just one little area standing, and the standing part is where they have the pipes, the oil pipes come in. And we can do that on 5 minutes notice. We have it all locked and loaded and ready to go. We want to do it. We chose not to do it. I chose not to do it yet, but we'll see what happens. They want to negotiate. They want to negotiate badly. I don't think they're ready. Just on what I'm hearing, they want to negotiate badly, as they should. But I don't think they're ready to do what they have to do. I think they will be ready at some point. But we're doing very well with respect to that whole situation in Iran. We are talking to other countries about working with us for the policing of the strait. And I think we're getting good response. If we do, that's great. And if we don't, that's right too. Remember, like as an example, in many cases, the NATO countries, we're always there for NATO. We're helping them with Ukraine. And it's got a notion in between us. Doesn't affect us, but we've helped them. It'd be interesting to see what country wouldn't help us with a very small endeavor, which is just keeping the strait open. And by comparison, it's small because Iran has very little firepower left. Their missiles are down to a low number. You see, they're shooting very few of them. You know why? Because they don't have very many of them. And because we've decimated their manufacturing capability. China's an interesting case study. They get most of their oil, as you know, by car. Get a lot, about 90% through the strait. So I said, would you like to come in? And we'll find out. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. There's some other deeper reasons why they may not. They should come in my opinion. It never made sense for years. If you go back and look at what I said years ago, I said, why aren't we maintaining the Hormuz Strait when it's really there for China and many other countries? Why aren't they doing it? And that's because we had weak leadership, to be honest with you. But I'm bringing it up now. So I think even long term, I think it's something that other countries should help us with. And again, remember this about 7. Talking about 7. Just remember that it's something that we don't need, and these countries don't need. And yet, for years, it's like for years we've been maintaining and doing a great job. And now that the war now that they've been diminished in terms of military, their military has been greatly diminished. I think it's a good thing for other countries to come in. Now, it would have been nice, as I said to the Prime Minister of the UK, who sort of was reluctant to put his 2 aircraft carriers into harm's way. That would be 2 weeks ago. And as soon as we demolished, essentially, pretty much demolished them, not over yet, but pretty much we're in great shape. Let's put it that way, everybody knows. He said, we'd like to send our aircraft carriers. I said, I don't want them after we win the war. I want them before we start. So whether we get support or not, but I can say this, and I said it to them, we will remember.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.